This is ABC15 Mornings.
Well, Maricopa County has the highest number of coronavirus cases here in Arizona, but it appears as though we are starting to flatten the curve. There's some new data from health officials showing some signs of hope.
Plus, 10% of the U.S. labor force now out of work this morning. The latest job numbers just released showing more than 6 million people have filed for unemployment since last week. In the last 3 weeks, over 15 million people have been put out of work. Economists are predicting by May the unemployment rate could rise up to 15%. Now, I know that's a lot to digest. It's tough news here, but we're here to try to bring you some hope too and let you know about people that are hiring as well as we kick off this Thursday morning.
There are a number of companies, and we've posted so many of them on our website, ABC15.com.
Yes.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Nick. We are approaching a holiday weekend. So many traditions changing as a result of that. We want to get you over to our meteorologist, Iris Hermosillo, for a look at the forecast. Easter egg hunt's probably still on in the backyard.
I think that's totally fine. Of course, if you're quarantining with your family, right, then sure, get outside into the backyard and enjoy what we have in store for this weekend. Weather-wise, even today, I think is going to be a gorgeous day. We're going to back off those winds. We'll see sunshine right now, clear skies in the valley. I was tracking a few showers still along the rim, but those continuing to just gradually taper off. Those shower chances winding down in the high country through the morning. The storm system that brought some of that rain yesterday, the stronger winds, has pushed back west and is bringing more rain to California and more snow to that state as well. But for us, this is our view. Clear conditions out there with temperatures that are in the 40s to 50s. And today we'll enjoy a dry day with mostly sunny skies, but much cooler temperatures. A high today of just 74 degrees. That's nearly 10 degrees cooler than it was yesterday. That storm will then move back in tomorrow. We'll talk about the rain chances it's bringing back in that 7-day forecast.
Okay, Iris, thank you for that. We want to keep you updated on the latest on these coronavirus numbers in our state. There are more than 2,700 cases across Arizona. 80 people, we can tell you, have died. Nearly 1,000 of the confirmed cases are people between the ages of 20 and 44. And you can see the number of cases in each individual county right there on your screen. So far, nearly 35,000 people in Arizona have been tested for the virus. Now, we do have some promising new data from Maricopa County health officials to share with you. It does show a slowdown in the number of people who are being hospitalized for COVID-19. Want to get you out to Mark Thompson right now, joining us this morning, social distancing, of course, from his home. Boy, this could be a sign of better times ahead. Or am I just, being too hopeful here?
No, it is any news that we get that's positive, we're going to ride with that.
Yes.
Right? After
Thank you.
all that we're going through. Yes. And we can do something to stop the curve, but they say it is up to us. Now, while public health officials say that this epi curve shows the amount of people being hospitalized for COVID-19 is slowing down some, they say that it has everything to do with what we're doing now. That's staying home and keeping our distance. The data also showing specific numbers dropped after restaurants and bars closed and after Governor Doug Ducey's stay-at-home order was put in place.
We're not out of the woods, but there's promising stuff. I think if we make it to June 1st, going the way we are, we should see, the prediction are, we might see 1 or 2 deaths every week, as opposed to the 10 deaths that we're getting every day or so.
Now, it is important to note what this data does not show, and that includes people who may have COVID-19 but have not been tested. In other words, they may have it, we just don't know if their test is positive or not. As for when we can pull back on all of these restrictions, it all depends on when those numbers truly start to go down, and we'll be looking forward to that. Nick and Haley, back to you.
Yeah, Mark, I'll pick it up from here. And that's the key, really, is testing and trying to figure out exactly how many people have this, and also the antibody testing, too, to see how many people might have had it before and then have recovered from it. In the meantime, there's some new questions this morning about when exactly the White House knew about the threat of the coronavirus. ABC's Andrew Dimbert is in Washington this morning going through some new information for us, Andrew.
As the coronavirus crisis continues to spread here in America, new findings raising questions about how the Trump administration responded to the outbreak. An intelligence report warned of COVID-19 as early as November, sources tell ABC News.
This is a pandemic. I felt it was a pandemic long before it was called a pandemic.
ABC News investigation confirming through 4 sources that the National Committee on Medical Intelligence was aware as early as November of COVID-19's uncontrolled spread in China. The committee detailing how the disease could pose a serious threat to U.S. forces in Asia. Their analysis also finding Chinese leaders knew the outbreak was out of control, but opted to hide that information from foreign governments and health agencies. The report, vetted by intelligence, military, and White House officials for weeks before appearing in the president's daily brief in early January. When asked about the ABC News report and when he first learned about the scope of the spread, Trump said,
So I don't know exactly, but I'd like to see the information.
And now, in a rare official statement from the National Center for Medical Intelligence, Colonel Shane Day saying, in the interest of transparency during this current public health crisis, we can confirm that media reporting about the existence, release of a National Center for Medical Intelligence coronavirus-related product or assessment in November of 2019 is not correct. No such NCMI product exists.
And the Pentagon also denies that this, quote, product or assessment on coronavirus ever even existed. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, Washington.
All right, Andrew, thank you. Arizona will soon be among 8 states allowing SNAP recipients to buy food online. The government approving the state's application to join this pilot program. Now, no exact start date is being offered just yet, but the Department of Agriculture is saying later this month. Arizona SNAP recipients will be able to shop online at Walmart and on Amazon. Well, despite schools being closed, districts have continued to offer meal services. Now, we are seeing some programs cutting back because of potential coronavirus exposure concerns. Others because of limited supplies. Scottsdale Unified, though, the latest district, making some changes and will make meal distribution once a week. But at that time, they will still be including 5 breakfasts and lunches.
We are desperately trying to make sure we can keep this thing running.
We asked the Arizona Department of Education what they are doing to ensure that kids do not go hungry. And a spokesperson says their nutrition team is in contact with distributors, and they have been assured that they are doing their best to keep up with demand for prepackaged food. The National Guard also saying that they've not yet been asked by districts to help, but they shared that something that they could potentially support if they were asked.
Time now is 6:06 on this Thursday. We know a lot of places are running out of masks, and the CDC is recommending that all of us cover our faces if we have to go out in public. So this morning, ABC 15's John Genovese is showing us how to make a simple at-home mask to protect ourselves.
Yeah, and the CDC is recommending that people wear at least a cloth face covering when you do have to go out in public, especially to places like the grocery store where it could be tough to maintain that social distance. And you don't have to hunt for one online or at the store. Chances are you already have what you need to make a simple one at home. New recommendations in hopes of slowing the spread of the virus. The CDC now posting step-by-step instructions on how to make simple face coverings. If you have a sewing machine, that's great, but if not, no worries. Using a t-shirt, measure 7 to 8 inches of fabric. Then cut through. Fold if it's too wide and cut out a smaller chunk to create your tie strings. Then loop it around your neck and over your head. Another option uses a bandana and coffee filter. Fold the bandana in half, cut the coffee filter in half, and place the upper part in the center. Fold the top of the bandana down, the bottom up, then slide on 2 rubber bands. Tuck the excess fabric and loop the whole thing around your ears. Now, a covering like this is more about making sure the person who's wearing it isn't potentially spreading the virus, not the other way around. The CDC says you shouldn't use something like this on kids who are under 2 or anyone who has trouble breathing. But guys, certainly an easy and simple way to do your part in hopes of keeping everyone safe and healthy. For now, John Genovese, ABC 15, Arizona.
John, good advice. Thank you. Hey, Airbnb is helping healthcare workers and first responders with high-risk exposures find housing options. The program is called Frontline Stays, and the policy director tells our news partner KTAR there are several options for people here in Arizona.
We have over 1,000 places to stay right now in Arizona, and that number will only go up. We see that number going up every day.
Airbnb hosts have the option of offering rentals at a reduced or free rate. Medical workers can apply online, or hospitals can work with Airbnb directly to find available housing.
All right, Nick, thanks so much. This might sound a little awkward. I'm going to go there anyway. How's your love life this morning? Too personal? Well, let's get real. This pandemic is making things really tough at home for a lot of us. So up next here on ABC 15 Mornings, how about some expert advice to help your marriage survive this pandemic? Plus, are your kids struggling right now to understand exactly what's happening across the world? You're not alone on this one either. A coloring book for children that teaches important lessons about this coronavirus.
Good morning. I'm meteorologist Iris Hermosillo. As we break down your most accurate forecast, I've got the Beatles in my head because here comes the sun. It is looking fantastic out there. Clear skies this morning. Chilly, though. Temperatures are down into the 40s to 50s across the valley, and it's feeling cooler this morning than it has in a while, with temperatures now down to 49 in Chandler and in Gilbert. It's 46, though, in Deer Valley. Even cooler in Cave Creek. You're waking up to 44, and Buckeye, you're a degree cooler than that at 43 degrees. Also in the 40s in Surprise, Peoria, and in Glendale, 47 right now in Levine. So it's a cooler start to the day, and today is going to be a cooler day overall. You may need a sweater this morning. I don't think you'll need it later, but just know that it's not going to be as warm as it's been the last few days. Today, we're starting out at 31 degrees in Flagstaff, 36 in Kingman, and it's only 45 in Globe. Look at these high temperatures. Much cooler than yesterday. We're talking nearly a 10-degree difference from yesterday's high temperature to today's high temperature, with Phoenix tapping out at 74 degrees, 59 for a high in Sedona, 70 at Lake Havasu, 59 in Show Low, and only in the mid-50s in Heber today. Across the valley, it's a lot of low to mid-70s for highs today, and a few spots like Anthem, Cave Creek, and Wickenburg may only reach the upper 60s for highs today. So cooler today, low 70s for the Santan Valley, 74 in Levine, 72 for high in Surprise, and drier today too. We did have a few showers, mainly in the North Valley and near our foothills, near Fountain Hills yesterday. This morning, I'm tracking a few light showers that continue to linger just along the Mogollon Rim. Not a whole lot, though. And once these showers taper out, we are done with that rain and snow potential for today. Tomorrow, though, that'll change. You see the storm system to our west. This is the same storm system. It's just backed west a little, or backed up to the west a little bit, rather, before it'll again move into our state tomorrow into Saturday, and then it'll clear east. Once it moves back in tomorrow and Saturday, we'll bring those rain chances back. So today, dry, lighter winds, but tomorrow, light showers will be possible. I think the timing, the afternoon and evening into Saturday morning. Light showers around 1/10 of an inch possible here in the valley. We could see some snow showers again, a mix of rain and snow in the high country. Snow accumulations, though, look really light, and temperatures are staying cool and still hovering around 10 degrees below the normal high for this time of year. Not just today, but tomorrow and also Saturday before this storm system clears out. Today's winds much lighter too, so it'll be cooler with temperatures hitting those 60s again by 10 a.m., 69 by 1 o'clock, and then we're into the 70s after that with a high of 74 today. If you are going to venture outside, some good news, a little bit of a drop in those pollen counts. Tomorrow that increases again, but once the storm system pushes through, we could see those pollen counts drop into the good range for Saturday. Temperatures in the mid-70s today, tomorrow, and Saturday. Rain chances Friday into Saturday morning. Then getting breezy Easter Sunday, though, gorgeous with a high of 81 degrees, and then just a slight chance for rain Monday.
Okay. Iris, thank you. And for some reason, I thought you were going to make a Yellow Submarine reference when you said the Beatles, but here comes the sun. Obviously, very fitting for today. Hey, we want to let you know that Cox Media is offering free TV commercials to local restaurants who might be struggling during the coronavirus pandemic. Here's what's happening. This can maybe help you get the word out that your business is still open, and maybe that you're offering takeout and delivery or curbside options. Hundreds of restaurants have already taken advantage of this offer. To participate in this one, you have to email marketinginsights@coxmedia.com.
6:16 now. You know, we're all spending so much more time at home together. So today, marriage counselors are talking about this. They want to let you know, yes, the next month or so could bring a lot of stress to your relationship, but they have solutions too.
What we're dealing with now is kind of this combination of severity and duration.
Families are adjusting to this new norm.
Whatever has been there, if it wasn't addressed, it is absolutely going to come to the surface now.
Margaret Phillips is a marriage counselor. She says even healthy relationships are being challenged right now.
We're all going to run thin. We're all going to run out of patience.
She also says over the past 4 weeks, she's getting more calls than normal for guidance.
The last thing they want to do is turn loose of that right now when we're under even more stress.
And that means this could be a sink or swim moment for many.
And they either choose to lay those things down for the sake of having maybe children in the house and just go on neutral ground and push a pause button. For others, it's going to get much worse.
On the bright side, though, this marriage therapist also says all the added time together could save a relationship.
After working together and having to work together, they may find some new ways of looking at their relationship and find some positives.
Maybe try to remember why you fell in love in the first place. If your relationship is leading to serious mental strain, she goes on to say that it is important to know that you can call a crisis hotline.
Yeah, very important information for everyone to know this morning. Hey, St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital putting together a coloring book to help kids understand the coronavirus pandemic. It's for kids ages 5 to 9, and it explains how exactly the virus spreads and what's being done to keep kids safe, and also talks about how to deal with any worries they might have. The book is available in English, Spanish, and Arabic. You can find it on their website, together.stjude.org. St. Jude, they're just always doing amazing things for kids and families.
Yes, they are. Well, this is certainly a bittersweet time for high school seniors. Can you imagine? I mean, they're coping with the fact that they may not have a traditional graduation ceremony. So some of our local school districts are making some send-offs and tribute videos here. We did catch up with some seniors from Perry High School, and they tell us they appreciate these gestures.
It is cool to see that the school is trying to do their best to make it as special as possible for what the situation is.
We're living basically in something that's going to be in a history book someday.
The students also tell us they are really going to miss their teachers, and they are hoping to thank them face to face, maybe even from a social distance, right? That's safe before they head off to college.
We may not be thriving, but we're definitely going to be surviving.
Fighting for a family legacy to keep it alive, a Valley daughter keeping the restaurant her parents started decades ago up and running, and she wants you to know we're open, Arizona.
I'm Allison Rodriguez. We're open, Arizona. That's what local restaurants want you to know. Typically, restaurants want your business to keep growing, but the new reality is that many are fighting just to keep the doors open right now, and they need your help. And we are spreading the word. Hap's Pit Barbecue is a staple in Phoenix, nearly 3 decades old.
So my parents started the restaurant in 1991. My dad owned a used car dealership on 24th Street in Jefferson, the other side of Sky Harbor, and he was trying to acquire more customers for his car business. So he had built a smoker in his garage at home, and he wheeled it out one day and set up a sign and started selling the barbecue.
Daughter and current owner Christine Derrick tells us that's when their focus shifted. Haps moved into a building where they could serve more people, and the rest, as they say, is history.
All the recipes are both of my parents. My dad's created all of the smoking techniques, the rubs, sauces, all of the cuts of meat. All of the side dishes and desserts that we sell are all what we've all experienced growing up living with my parents.
Those roots and family connections is what keeps them going.
What separates us is that there's a lot of love that goes into this, and we've had the same person doing the smoking for over 20 years.
When most people say the only constant in life is change, Christine says
the quality of our food is what is consistent.
And they're ready to deliver, both literally and figuratively. But Hap's Pit Barbecue is located in a highly industrial area.
Right now, we're impacted by the fact that it's kind of a ghost town down here.
Creativity is what's bringing it back to life.
I actually went to my Nextdoor app, and I posted the whole story and offered a free delivery to all of my neighbors on my way home from work every day. And I've had about 20 neighbors order from me in the past 2 weeks, so that's actually been really nice.
With a smaller employee base, they're practically family.
I'm absolutely doing everything that I can to give my employees the amount of hours that they've been accustomed to, no matter what.
Keeping normal business hours Monday through Friday.
We are already set up for takeout. We do a large takeout business. People are used to calling the restaurant, placing their orders, and coming and picking up their food. And we've done a free delivery for the lifetime of the restaurant, so we've always done that, and we will continue to.
They partner with Uber Eats now to help with deliveries, and as an added incentive,
with every takeout or delivery order placed, we are entering your name and phone number for the opportunity to win a $25 gift card.
But if you want to come pick it up in person, know they've taken extra measures to protect everyone.
So right now we are keeping the door propped open throughout all business hours, so nobody has to use a handle. We've also placed a table between the front counter so that there is that 6 foot of distance between us and our customer.
Christine is looking forward to the day when people can come back in, sit down and enjoy themselves again. But in the meantime, support those local mom and pop shops.
This restaurant is my parents' 30-year-old legacy. Someday I hope that it's one of my children's future professions. I have a passion for this. Someday when my parents are no longer here, this is what I have. This is the memory that they leave behind for me, and that's why it's so important for me to continue.
Now, Hap's Pit Barbecue likes to use the hashtag hand-rubbed meat can't be beat. And that must be the case since they were featured on cooking channels Burgers, Brew, and Q back in 2018. Now, if you want to go support them, we do have their information on our site. Just head over to abc15.com/open, and we would love to hear from you. Let us know about local restaurants that need help or are giving back to the community. Email us at openandaz@abc15.com.
Just love that clever slogan, Allison.